So episode 4 starts with a cold opening of this dude who's sitting alone and scanning the radio in different frequencies and everything. Now, being familiar with Gilligan's work and also seeing the Spanish writing around in the room, you quickly piece together that this is probably the guy that Carol tried to contact in episode 3. So we then see this Manusus guy, I think that was his name, Manusus. Mansos? Manny? Manchester? Manusos. So we see him like scranning for food through his bins and also through the storages of the storage unit facility that he owns, despite him being regularly offered food from the hive mind. Now he does a few things in this sequence that I think hint towards that he's actually quite clueless of everything that is going on, or more specifically how everything is going on. For starters, him scanning the radio is most likely him trying to pick up on like distress calls or communication from other places, not really knowing that most people alive right now is doing alright, you know? But he also goes out of his way to leave a note on all of the storages that he opens. So I'm thinking that he doesn't know that he is the only one in the country that is not infected, or he thinks that they might come back at some point, or it's just as simple that he is very driven by principle despite it being futile. But we then see the other perspective of the phone call that Manusus and Carol had in episode 3. Now originally he seems quite convinced that Carol is part of the hive mind, not really listening to what she's saying and more or less just telling her to bugger off. So when she screams and curse at him back, that's when he realizes that she might actually be real. And it's also so funny because she of course introduces herself as Carol Sturka, and to this man who doesn't understand English, he then writes down Carol es Turca, which apparently is Spanish for Carol is Turkish. But during the sequence we also see him eating what food is available, which is this like kind of carb energy pouches, pure sugar, and freaking dog food. Oh man, yeah, I can't help but feel for this guy.